Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we're going to be checking out Wave 8 of the Masters of the WWE Universe line, which is also the final wave. That is right, my friends. These three figures right here are the end of the line, a line that went way further than I ever thought it would be for such a gimmicky line, but it's been a really, really fun ride. So this wave only gives us three figures. We've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, the unpredictable bionic rattlesnake. I get it. He's got the trap jaw thing going on because of the bionic rattlesnake reference in WWE. Second Stone Cold figure, but this time trap jaw related. We've got Chyna, the ninth wonder of WWE Eternia. Pretty great since we also had the eighth wonder with Andre. Also, it's just great seeing Chyna in the line. She's got the She-Ra deco. And then we've got a second Rey Mysterio, the heroic high flyer. So this is our second Rey and our second Stone Cold in the last wave here. So the only brand new character we're getting is Chyna. As we rotate these around to the backside, we are once again presented to some awesome artwork that pays homage to the original Masters of the Universe toy line. All these pieces of artwork also reference old Motu artwork, which is really cool. You can see we've got Stone Cold going up against the Warrior and Rey up here, which is pretty great. We've got Chyna in the ring going to battle with the NWO version of Macho Man. And we've got Rey Mysterio Stratos flying over there. It looks like an Avion, where Stratos is from. So pretty fun stuff. So yeah, only three figures in this wave. There's rumor that there was supposed to be a fourth figure, which was going to be Big Show, but because Big Show jumped on over to AEW, he got cut from the line, which means maybe there's like a prototype out there of an unreleased figure that we're never going to see. It's very, very possible. But as it is, these are the last three figures for this line. Let's open them up and get a closer look at them. All right, let's go ahead and kick things off with this version of Stone Cold as Trapjaw, our bionic redneck, if you will. So we have had Stone Cold in the past, and just to bring that in so you can see, the version we got previously was the Rattlesnake. So we got the Rattlesnake Stone Cold, and we've got the bionic redneck version of Stone Cold. So this one, of course, just had these clip-on arm pieces with the snakes. But one of the things about the previous version is he had the eyes painted with the snake eyes. So this new one has a more regular Austin face. And one of the things I want to show you is that they created this whole new jaw piece, which just clips on over the figure's face. It attaches it as ears, so you can actually remove the jaw, and you've got a regular Stone Cold head underneath that, which means if you want to do some part swapping, you can now take this head off, put it on the other Austin body. That way you no longer have the snake eyes if you don't want, and you can have a more regular looking Stone Cold figure if you remove the snake attachments. Of course, with the only difference being he still has the snake print on the trunks there. But it is possible to do a little bit of mixing and matching if you want to, because this version of Stone Cold utilizes the trap jaw legs from the Origins line, so you can see he actually does have the mechanical looking legs. Now this is really clever because what they're doing here is they are mimicking those giant knee braces that Austin was known to wear. It's kind of where the bionic redneck nickname came from. So I thought this was really clever that they used trap jaw's legs to sort of give him the knee brace look. It's pretty fun. They also put a silver version of the Trapjaw belt on him, and we've got a silver version of the Trapjaw arm piece. This is all actually very cool because you can remove this just like you could in the Origins line if you want to, and he does have two arm attachments. So we've got the claw that's on there, but we can also take that off. And we can, in its place, the hook, and in its place we can put the claw. So we don't have the gun, but we've got the hook and the claw there, which is really fun stuff. So that's going to bring us to Rey Mysterio Stratos again. And this one is baffling to me because I don't know if anybody was really asking for another Rey Mysterio as Stratos. But it is different. I'm going to bring in the other version that we got early on in the line when the line first launched. So you can see the two standing side by side. The figures themselves are exactly the same. The mask is the same. It's the same bodies. He just has a different paint deco this time, which gives him sort of like this silver full body suit. You can see they painted the blue feathers on around his neck up there, on the waist. It's a very cool look. I love the color combination. Same figures though. Now, he does still utilize the harness from the Masters of the Universe Classics line. So this is different than the harness and jetpack from Origins. But this time it is red. The last time it was blue. So they did the color swap where they gave him the red jetpack and the blue wings this time. However, you will notice that while the first release got the larger wings from the Masters of the Universe Classics line, the new one has the Origins wings. So they are smaller and they just clip on the wrists there. Now they're done in sort of like this almost metallic looking blue, which is actually really cool. But again, it's more blue wings for Origins. We still don't have these Origins wings in red, which is crazy to me for anybody that wants to do a wing swap for their Stratos. It's just blue wings again. Still, it's a nice looking figure. It's just another rehash of Rey Mysterio. So that brings us to the third and the final figure, and absolutely the most interesting figure in this wave, and that is Chyna as She-Ra. And this is a really fun figure. So it is worth noting, first of all, that the majority of the figure here does just reuse the She-Ra body from the Origins line. We do have a plastic cape here. Plastic cape, it's a bit pliable, so you can flex it around, but it's done in black. And the color scheme on the figure is interesting because it's purple and black. They also painted the midsection here to make it look like more like she was wearing wrestling gear and her stomach is showing, but it is still the same body type. You can see she's got black versions of the She-Ra boots. You can see the silver She-Ra wrist bracers there, and the bodice has the same She-Ra design with a silver little crystal painted in the middle there. And she does come with the axe comb, which is just such a great weapon. It's hilarious. This, of course, is because the vintage She-Ra action figures had rooted hair, and they came with actual combs to comb their hair. And for Origins, we got like a version of the comb that is also an axe, and they threw us a silver version to put with Chyna here. Now, the key thing to talk about with this figure is the tiara, because this is absolutely a She-Ra tiara, and it's really cool because you can see it's removable, so it reveals Chyna's face, which is actually a pretty nice little face sculpt there. But you'll notice she's got these little holes, almost like these little slots, right there on the side of her forehead in the hair, and that is where this little tiara plugs in. So this is a silver and purple version of She-Ra's tiara, and the reason why this is interesting is because we have not had a She-Ra figure in Origins that has this tiara. These versions of She-Ra that we've gotten in Origins so far had the larger version that looked more like the vintage action figure. So if I bring the She-Ra in here to show them side by side, so this is the PowerCon version, so it had the rooted hair, but even the retail version with the plastic hair has this same tiara, which is more inspired by the vintage She-Ra toy line. This one is much more Filmation accurate, and it's really interesting to me that we got this because it makes me wonder if they tooled this up for a potential new She-Ra figure in Origins, which is going to have this tiara. It seems really strange to me that they would only tool this up for Chyna and not reuse this as a point for She-Ra. I wanted to try some swappability here. So the unfortunate thing is if you've got the plastic haired She-Ra, this doesn't really fit on the head because there's nowhere for these slots to plug into. But if you've got the one with the rooted hair, you can kind of make it work. However, the head still feels a little too wide for it, and there's really no good way to clip it on. But I wanted to show you guys, like, look at this. If I'm holding the tiara on her head there, it's really interesting seeing her with this more kind of cartoon accurate version of her tiara. So I just find that insanely interesting that they would tool that up for Chyna if they don't have plans to use it for another She-Ra figure down the road. So fingers crossed, maybe we've got another She-Ra on the way with this more cartoon accurate tiara. So there you go, my friends. That is a look at the final wave of Masters of the WWE Universe from Mattel. So, really interesting stuff. This final wave is 2 repeat characters and 1 brand new one that's got very interesting new parts for Origins. Rumor has it there was a 4th figure in the wave, which was going to be The Big Show as Megator, reusing the same giant body for Andre the Giant, so that way we would have had both Titus and Megator. Oh my goodness, that would have been amazing. But apparently that was cut since Big Show jumped to AEW. Really makes me wonder if there's a Megator Big Show prototype out there. Unfortunate that we didn't get him. So it's really not the most exciting way to end this line off, though I do really like the China figure here. And honestly, looking at the entire collection is kind of mind-blowing. This seemed like such a gimmick that would give us maybe 2 waves of figures tops. I can't believe we got all these figures and 2 playsets out of this line. The biggest downfall with this line was that it was Walmart exclusive and therefore very, very hard to collect. Luckily, Wave 7 and 8, the last 2 waves, are not Walmart exclusive, and as of the recording of this video, you can pre-order these at online stores like BigBadToyStore.com. So if you want to scoop those up, you have the opportunity to do it. I do worry it's a little too late for all that though, like too little too late, because the rest of this line was very hard to collect. But if you were able to track it all down, it's a pretty impressive collection. Thank you guys so very much for watching this video. And until next time, my friends.